Dear friends of the Tom Photo channel, I just posted a video on flash photography and how to use a simple external flash. The link is below. In that introductory video, I also said that a retro flash from the analog era could damage your camera if its trigger voltage is too high. Today I'm talking about this in more detail and show you how to find out your flash's trigger voltage. Your flash tube contains gas. During charging the capacitor, the gas becomes deionized. When you apply trigger voltage, the gas is ionized and becomes conducting. Now the main capacitor can quickly discharge through the gas. This is visible as a very brief flash. This is how your flash works. What concerns us is the voltage that is used to trigger the flash. If it is too high, the delicate circuits of your modern camera can be damaged. So you need to know how much voltage your camera can take and how much voltage the flash event generates. For camera, you have to read the manual or contact the manufacturer. Modern cameras can often but not always handle 250 volts and Fuji can handle 300 volts. So you want your trigger voltage to be below that. Always know your camera limits before you attach a flash to it. Note that you'll want the flash trigger voltage to be quite a bit below the limits, not somewhere near the borderline. The trigger voltage of the old flashes can fluctuate a little bit too, you see. There are 3 ways to learn your flash's trigger voltage. If you get lucky, it may be written directly on the flash or listed in the manual. Your second option is to search around on the internet and see if someone has measured the trigger voltage or maybe found it out by contacting the manufacturer. There's a very good website for that and you'll find my link to it down in the text box. If your flash is not listed, your last resort, and actually the one you can really trust, is if you measure it yourself using a multimeter, also called a tester. I hope you have it around your house. I have it somewhere in the garage. If you don't have it, maybe you can borrow it. They are also quite cheap to buy. You don't need a fancy one. I'd like to show you how to find it out by yourself what the trigger voltage is. So this is my multimeter. I need to set it at 200 DC or direct current because the expected readout is under 200 volts. Now how do I use it? Look at the camera connector of your classic manual flash unit. Most likely it will have 2 metal contacts, one making a contact with the side of the hot shoe of your camera and the other one making a direct contact with the bottom of the hot shoe of the camera. You'll want one probe of your multimeter to make a contact with one of them and the other probe with the other one. It doesn't matter which one, you'll get the same voltage readout. Just the sign may be either negative or positive, but don't pay attention to the sign. Let's read the trigger voltage of the Pfaff Kemper flash. For this, you need to turn the flash on first. We connect the probes and get about 69 volts for the answer. Take a look at what happens when I release the flash. For a moment, while the flash is charging, the voltage readout is smaller and then it climbs back up as the flash gets charged. Although the voltage is high, this flash is fine to use with my Fuji cameras. Let's next look at the larger Metz flash that I have. We run into a problem here because the groove for one of the contacts is so narrow that the probe will not fit in. For this, I built a simple wire extension by adding an extended paper clip to one of the probes. Now it fits fine. Let's connect the probes and turn on the flash. We see the voltage climb to about 150 volts. And look at how fast this flash is charged after it has been released. It is charging much faster than the smaller flash did. But is the 150 volts too high for my Fuji camera? This is high but not terrible. My Fuji camera should be fine with it, but I'm a bit hesitant to push my camera, so I prefer to use this flash remotely via a SafeSync or optical slave, or maybe get a radio release to reduce the voltage for the camera. So before you attach a retro lens to your dear new camera, please check that the trigger voltage is fine. Especially if your old flash is large and powerful, you'll want to check it first. And if you want to support me, I invite you to consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a like. Thanks so much. I hope to see you soon in my other videos. Goodbye.